What's going on, world? This is the Rhymes Like Dying podcast coming to you with your boys Peter,
Yo,
Mohammed,
Yo.
myself, Yemi. We're here today to review Drake and 21 Savage's new collaborative album, Her Loss. But before we get into that, why are you laughing, bro? But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the Rhymes Like Dying podcast, where you'll find exclusive album reviews like this one. Make sure whenever you watch a video, hit the like, subscribe, help us grow. And yeah, that's that on that. So we're gonna get to. I mean, it isn't even really one of the most anticipated albums of the year. I mean, I suppose it's been one of the most anticipated albums of the last. Can I just get to it?
yes, Yemi.
Listen,
set the tone.
Listen. I'm just. If you let me finish, I'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is probably one of the most anticipated albums of the last month or so. And we brought out the big guns to review it. Welcoming back, family, big bro.
I'm not sure if we are family after this one. This is going to cause a family feud.
Listen.
Go on.
It absolutely will. But listen, we're here. So
Anticipated for a month.
It has been anticipated
because it was a shock release.
Cool.
Why you got to say it like that?
Well, it's going to lead into the story. So it was 3 weeks ago when Drake and 21 Savage released the video for Jimmy Cooks. Off that disastrous album, Honestly Nevermind. And in the middle of the video, it was announced that Drake and 21 were going to release an album called Her Loss on the 28th of October, but it was delayed by a week. So it's been out for about, 2 weeks now? And yeah, they pulled out all the stops to promote the album. They basically did a fake Vogue cover. I
didn't even know that was fake, by the way.
Apparently, it was fake.
Until I heard they were getting sued for it.
Yeah, it was fake, and now they're getting sued by Vogue's publisher Condé Nast. For $4 million, so boy, easy payday. Feel you. They did a fake Tiny Desk, which everyone thought was a real Tiny Desk.
That wasn't real.
No. That was fake. Even NPR commented on it saying, "I'll do it for real though." So yeah, that was a fake. That was a fake Tiny Desk. And then they did a fake Howard Stern interview where 21 Savage claimed to be the greatest UK rapper of all time. So they basically pulled out all the stops or the fake stops to promote this album. And now it's here. It's very much a return to kind of rap for Drake, and it comes off the back of a few collabs between Drake and 21. It's 17 tracks, features Travis Scott, production by Lil Yachty, Tay Keith, and a bunch of others. So yeah, it's here. I mean, he's dropped very quickly after Honestly Nevermind, which, I'm sure a lot of people would like to forget. Except for Peter, who obviously loves it.
That's 2 jabs.
Hey, listen.
In the intro.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
I like it.
But, boys, before we get into the actual review and your thoughts, when you heard that Drake and 21 Savage were going to release a collaborative album together, what were your expectations? How did you feel?
Nothing. I didn't feel a thing. I went to make a cup of tea and continued with my day.
I don't think it changed my day, but I was quite happy that they were doing what I think more artists should do, which is doing these sort of off-piste collaborations. And 21 is on the way up, right? He's a very good rapper.
21's definitely,
On the way up where?
In the terms of
I'm
I don't check the
I'm
tone.
asking a question.
No. When you ask, because if you're gonna treat me with contempt every single time I drop a line, we might need to swap seats.
Bro, I'm just
As
asking,
in he's bubbling for the
No,
next.
what I'm saying is it's
the
very,
next-
very
the next
rarely do
gen,
you have
yeah.
rappers who you can see visibly getting better and better and better as their career gets longer and longer. And 21's a really good example of that.
That album was very dope.
Yeah, I was just excited to see where that goes. And having Drake on there, obviously, that the production is gonna be better, the hype is gonna be better, and there's a certain level of quality it's gonna be. So I was excited. I'm not gonna lie.
It didn't move me.
Oh, and then I heard the name of the album, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, you said your back.
Yeah, they should have dropped this before the summer because.
When you saw the album cover, did it increase your expectations? Did it decrease your expectations?
No, I liked the album cover. I quite liked it.
It decreased my expectations.
Did it?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Salute to the woman in there, but I just think it wasn't the most flattering.
Salute to the woman.
It wasn't the most flattering image they probably could have gone for, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for it. I don't know what they were going for really, but no.
I think it's in line
moderately attractive woman with grills on. Fuck it, why not?
I think it's in line with most of Drake's album covers. They're just never really that good, are they?
Yeah.
He actually always
I'm not
has
sure if he's-
yeah,
So I don't really have
he's-
much
yeah.
expectations
I'm not
for
sure if he's known
the
for his
cover
covers or
No,
his
his
videos
cover- I've
or
never
any
thought
of
about
that.
that,
Yeah,
His
you know
cover,
what I mean?
his
So-
artwork is normally work.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
But yeah, I just...
I mean, I like the one with his head in the cloud. Which one was that? Nothing
Nothing
was the same.
Nothing was the
That's
same.
his best one. when you open up the booklet and there's a baby on the other side, baby
Might be his
Drake.
best album.
That was
Actually, yeah,
good.
fair.
That one was good.
You
Others
didn't
have
like
been-
views cover.
That's the one where he's like up in the
I like that one.
tower in Toronto,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, boring. Just boring.
Take Care was.
Yeah, I think most of them are boring anyway.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Take Care was cool.
What's that? Black and gold, isn't it?
Yo, he's like
he's-
sitting
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
I thought that was cool.
opulent setting. Yeah,
that was cool.
I hear it. All right, cool. Who wants to go first?
I can go first, man.
Go True, man.
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't like the album. I didn't enjoy it whatsoever, man. I gave it a once over. And to be honest with you, as it was getting longer and longer and longer, I just kind of was waiting for it to end. It just felt very monotonous, very boring. Granted, I'm not really into the trap sound anyway, so it probably wasn't going to be my bag to begin with. But I thought, you know what? They're both very talented artists, so maybe I'll get something from it. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, you know, we like to go out sometimes, have a little boogie, shake a little leg and that. But there wasn't really anything on there for me, man. I think if we go out, then cool, we could put it on and, you know, I won't mind. But as far as like playing it within the four corners of my room or in my home, that's probably not something I'm going to do. Lyrically, I found it to be a bit uninspired by Drake particularly. I don't have much expectations for 21 Savage because I don't really listen to him. I've liked like some of his features he's done in the past and that, but you know, I mean, he's not someone that I really go back to often. So, but yeah, I think lyrically for me, Drake wasn't really doing much for me. Like, I think there were probably some moments where, you know, he seemed like more toxic than ever, which was, you know, cool. That was cool, but I don't know, man. It just it didn't really feel like he was being challenged in any way. It just kind of felt like he was in cruise control, which is fine. It's fine if you do it well, but yeah, I didn't really get much from his performances all over the album. I think I liked Middle of the Ocean. That was when I was like, okay, now we're talking. But that was like near the end.
I don't want you to celebrate any of this album.
That was near.
I don't want to hear a positive comment from this album.
Listen, this is my
from
review.
you.
This is my section.
You're celebrating the whole thing.
All I'm
I don't want
saying
any
is-
caveats. Come on. I don't want any caveats. I don't want you to say the album shit, but Middle of the Ocean was
I mean,
dope.
listen, man, you got, you know, balance of life, innit? Yin and yang, good and bad.
I'm not here
you know
for
what I
it
mean? So
with this one.
love, hate, you know what I mean? But yeah, I hated most of it. But I love that song though.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, the Vim is coming from the fact that you called it rubbish and you said, what kind of nonsense is this in the group chat?
Yeah.
So it
I don't
doesn't
wanna
seem
hear
as if
any
you're
of
on
it.
Yeah,
doesn't-
that's really how I felt. I just kind of was like,
It's a
you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather not be listening to this. So, all in all, it's not something that I enjoyed. It's probably not something I'll go back to. I might listen to it whilst out and enjoy it and vibe to it, but it's not an album
won't
I'll
let
go
you.
back to. That's fine.
I won't let you enjoy it.
Middle of
When
the
we're
Ocean
out.
is more what I like from Drake, innit? He was really on that. You know what I mean? He was rhyming at a high level. The beat, I think, suited him perfectly. That's more what I want from Drake on a rapping Drake album. I don't want the trap Drake on a rapping Drake album. That's just not something I want. The other people may want it. Nee might want it, but I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it just wasn't really for me, man. But salute, man. You know what I mean? Most people will enjoy it.
we
so,
say good effort.
yeah, most people will enjoy it. I mean, I'm probably in the minority, man. So it's all good. It's just not for me.
Feel you. Mohammed?
I thought it was a lazy album. I can't lie. I just think it's a lazy album. I think it's whack for what it's worth. I think the album's shit.
As if that wasn't clear.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't get it. It's like what you said. I just thought it's so the same thing over again, the same trap beats. I just need growth from Drake at some point. Like, I'm sorry, bro, you're 40. I don't want to hear you sending
He is
shots
not
at
40.
How old is he?
He's pushing 40.
Like 35.
He's 38 and some change. At some point, I just need some growth. Like I didn't like it. I just felt I like 21 Savage. I've seen his growth as a rapper throughout the years. Whether it was on A Lot, whether it was on the Cole album, this one, I could see 21 Savage's aspect, and I wanted to hear more 21. If I had a clawback, it would just be like, give me a bit more 21 and a bit less Drake. But it's gone to a point now with Drake. I didn't enjoy that album, man. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to it. The only song that's got a little bit of replay value to me was it Treacherous Twins? That's one that's got replay value to me, so that might be one I'll go back to. But as an all-around album, it didn't move me. It didn't move me whatsoever. It didn't move a single bone in my body. It didn't move nothing. I didn't want to send you a track and say, listen to it. No, one of his bars made me jump out my seat. He didn't do nothing on this
But do you enjoy trap?
Yeah, it's just it's. Do you know what it is? At the same time, if I'm fair here, it might be a bit where I'm just checking out of Drake at this point now in life. Like, he's dropped 3 albums in the last 13 months, 14 months, and I feel like all 3 have been whack. So if you look at it, let's just say 20 songs on each, 55 songs. If 48 and a half over your last 15 months, I think I've been shit. It just might be get to a point where I'm just checking out with him. And I think it's lazy. I think everyone is letting him get away with this laziness. Like, at some point, I think Drake does need to disappear for a little while and just figure out what you want to do and come back. Because he's chasing something. I don't think he even knows what he's chasing. I don't think Drake knows what he's chasing at this point in music.
I don't think he's chasing the damn thing.
I think he's chasing, I don't want to say relevancy, but I don't think Drake doesn't like the aspect of just disappearing for a little while. You know how the Kendricks, the Coles, they're all right to just take a seat back, relax for maybe 2 years even, and they come back. If you look at how much music Drake's been giving us for the last 15, 16 months, I don't think he likes having a back burner. And at some point, I think he's going to have to come accustomed to it because what you're giving us is shit.
There's something in that. I think there's like there may be like a fear of the fall.
And that's what I think he's doing.
Maybe running away from.
I think that's what he's trying to avoid. That's why he's flushing out every type of music he can, whether it's house, whether it's a trap beat you hear, whether it's CLB, that's something so different. I think Drake can't get accustomed to maybe at some point just the game catching up to you because there's only so long you can stay at top. And I think with him, he's just flushing out as much music as he can because people let him get away with it. His Lazy album done 400K in the first week.
And what about 21 Savage's performance?
I like 21 Savage. I think 21 Savage has grown as a rapper. It makes me want to listen to 21 Savage. I generally am a fan of 21 Savage in terms of the new generation. I think he's someone that can go back and forth with the Drakes and then go to the Coles. So I like him. So I wasn't disappointed in him as much. It just, if anything, I would want to hear more of him. Then I heard of him in the album. I just feel there were certain times where it was so heavy on Drake more than anything else. So yeah, that's my review. You hear me?
Do you want to go or should I go?
I don't know. I feel this feels like a setup. This feels like I've been brought on here to defend this piece of music, which I don't feel very, very strongly about. But until of course I hear opinions which are this like strong.
It is a lot of intellectualizing, isn't it?
Like it's just like.
But what did you expect from me though?
It's crazy to me because, guys, I don't feel like we should ever have put Drake in this conversation with the likes of Cole and the likes of Kendrick. But he has been forced into this conversation because of how big he has been and how many slaps he has brought us in this 10, 12-year career he has had. That's the only reason he is there. What you guys come to expect from Drake every single time continues to boggle my mind, okay? Because this isn't a guy who has really done anything else than just produce really, really good hits while being somewhat of a very good rapper. He's never been an excellent rapper. He's never been an amazingly introspective or insightful, intellectual type of rapper. He is
introspective. Drake.
He talks about women in the same way and over wet R&B tunes, and people think he's vulnerable and introspective. For me, that's not introspective. That's relative to me. That's
the first 2-3
subjective.
albums was probably why he switched gears because he was getting flack for how introspective he was. He was being accused of being soft and this and that.
What introspections was he talking about? Trying to make it and like being.
Is that not introspective?
Well, Marvin's
Room.
All right, for me, like
the 3 AMs and
I guess introspection is subjective in this instance. For me, I don't look at that kind of stuff. Like I'm an Andre 3000 fan, so like clearly introspection is like a completely different. It's a completely different thing, and it brings in life experiences. It might bring in a bit of politics. It might bring in a bit of like looking within yourself, like on terms that are more to do with like money and success, right? Drake isn't this guy that like I think people don't want to accept who Drake is. Okay,
who is he?
Drake is supposed to put out albums like this, like. This is his bar. This is it. This is as good as it gets. Honestly, Nevermind is, for me, proof that the guy is bored and the guy just wants to do different things. He wants to get different reactions from people.
Trying to fill a void.
He wants to get the Grammy Awards for different genres. He's just trying to do different things because he's fucking bored. Because how many other ways can you talk about your money? Can you talk about girls? Can you talk about the expensive leather you buy? Blah, 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 blah. For me, putting all of that aside, it's hard for me to listen to this album and not just hear something that is just arguably just a very, very good Saturday night, Friday night, pre-drink, pre-game with the homies. You got the Airbnb in a foreign country and the guy's got a few hours to just get ready. Send a few texts out like, well, go on, you're going to be there. And you got like a 20-minute Uber to the venue, to the spot. That's when you play this. You don't play it in the four corners of Peter's room when he's fucking like making his sea moss smoothie and fucking got the incense blowing, right? Like, I don't know what you want from the brother. What do you want from the brother? The songs on this, they're just fucking solid trap songs. They're dope.
The irony is though with Peter, he's probably making the scene more smoothie while listening to Honest Nevermind,
Which is a sick visual.
which is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, Pete,
It's a
yeah,
sick
Which is
visual.
very mad.
yeah, I mean, that's nasty, man.
Nah, we ain't doing
telling
that,
you,
man.
nasty, man.
I'm telling you,
Don't put it
bro.
on my name, man.
I'm just
Nah,
saying.
we ain't doing that, man.
If you do listen to Honest Nevermind in the four corners of your room, right?
No, not really. Maybe when I'm in the gym.
How do you not like the R&B on this album? Like the Drake R&B on this particular album. How did you not like it? Because that's like
It's not
So
R&B
Far
enough.
Gone stuff.
It's not R&B enough.
Do you like So Far Gone? This is
Yeah.
as close for me. This is as close to that type of R&B
Absolutely
than
not.
he's ever been.
Absolutely not. I don't know what you heard, bro. Absolutely
cat.
not, man.
Big cat.
Nah, no way. It's not R&B enough, man. Nah.
I think for me,
What's that song? Oh man, what's the name of the song? I need to get the track list out. It's called Hours in Silence.
horrible song.
Yeah, Rich was already.
Horrible
Yo,
song.
Rich was already.
I weren't really moved, bro.
Horrible song.
Turn my bitch up. Turn
Oh
my
yeah, bro, I got hit.
Fam.
I got hated. I was in sadness.
Horrible song.
I hated it. I genuinely have it
Horrible
right
song.
there. I hated it.
It's the fact that he was doing that for 4 minutes.
Bro, I hate. Yeah, me look at
Oh
me.
no,
I
bro.
hated
For me,
that
that's
song.
that's Drake R&B
I hate
that made him
Horrible
pop.
song.
That's the Drake R&B that made him pop.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. If you're still chasing what was working for you 13 years ago, yeah, your fans are gonna grow up. At some point, your music needs to grow up.
But he's not. You know,
Do you
he's
get
not.
what I
Doing,
mean?
he's not
I
doing
don't-
this for us.
Yeah.
You know, he's not doing this for us.
That's the thing. Then and naturally, it's the game's gonna catch up to you. There's only so long you. I'm telling you,
I
there's
just-
only
I
so
just-
long.
But it's
you
not.
should
The
be-
numbers are telling us otherwise.
No, I
It's
hate
not
it.
catching up
I
with him.
hate- I'm not playing for his
But people
downfall.
will listen to anything that Drake
I think
puts out
at some point, if you
at this
can't
point.
see
I don't think it's got anything to do
the
with
way
Very
Drake's
few-
music's coming in and out now, the way it is with, it's just here and then it's gone. I think at some point
you
it's
raise the point.
starting to catch up to him.
And you raise the point about him like needing to take a step back and like maybe he's afraid of doing that. Like I would too be afraid of doing that because like everybody who doesn't keep that momentum going ultimately can be forgotten even if you're as big as Drake. And that probably plays on his mind and he probably has something contractual that says he has to put out a certain amount of albums, tracks, every whatever. So yeah, there's probably something in that. But why does he need to go away? We always need his types of songs for the aforementioned pre-game and the venues and the strip clubs and all that. We need this type of music
Has it been his
to
recent music, though?
exist.
That's fair.
And for me, it's a higher level, it's a higher caliber than some of the music that say, I don't know, like the I like Lil Baby, but like it's higher caliber than the likes of Lil Baby, and to some extent, it's like,
I don't know if it is, man.
Okay, I mean, look, we
It's a
could argue
conversation.
it. We could argue
It's a
it, but like, it's a
conversation.
higher caliber. Like for me, it's a higher caliber. Like I find Lil Baby like unbearable after like 4 or 5 songs. I'll be honest, because it's just he's the same tone. Like at least Drake can switch it up because he's a singer, he's a rapper, and he can do different things, and he cats a lot of people's styles as well. So he just tries different things. But like, I don't know, man. I just think there's always going to be a need for a guy who's like. 4 words when I think about them is dusty, musty, crusty, rusty. 4 words when I think about us is fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
Nah, that didn't move me, bro. I'll be honest with you.
I think I said this
Nah.
to you. I
Nah,
said this,
I'd
I said
rather
this-
hear "Ain't It Evil to Live Backwards."
Stop that.
What the fuck was that?
But I think they just love to quote Loaded Lux.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
What's
to
that
the
hand
God.
movement?
I think I said this to you last week where I said
Pussy in Millions. Oh my god.
all of this. Listen, Drake's place in this game is very much like it's needed. He's an essential voice for sure. For me, it's just you need to make more of an effort in the sense of actual song making, sounding interested on the track, making songs that are at least
can't
as
say
good.
that.
No, it's lazy.
and
No,
that
you
are at
can't
least as
say
good.
that.
That are at least as good as your previous bops. Like when I hear something like I don't know, maybe Lord knows isn't a good example, but something like YOLO, the motto. That sounds a lot more like not necessarily hungry, but it just sounds like he's doing more. He's putting more
Dog,
into it.
have you
You know
heard-
what
that
I'm
was a
saying?
different
Dog,
time.
Have you
man.
heard
That's-
the,
no,
have
that's
you heard
what-
the, hang on, have
Pete,
you heard the
that's
hooker
what I mean.
motto?
But then,
Now she want a photo. You already know though. You only live
catchy
once.
though.
It's the motto,
yeah,
nigga.
but that was
YOLO.
a different
Catchy
time.
though.
My point
And
is,
we buy it
we
every
wasn't-
day, every
that's my
day,
point.
every day.
No,
So,
that's
guys,
my point.
what are we
Because
talking
wasn't-
about?
Because we was in a different time, we resonated with that music differently. I think he's doing the same
So
shit.
it's just
We're
us getting older.
We're just older.
How about that? We're just older.
That's what I said though. That's why
The
I
quality of the
premised at
music
start.
isn't going down. We're
That's-
just getting older.
I said a premise at the start.
Which
At
means,
some point-
which means you have to put
No, that's what I
yourself
think it
into
is.
the mind
it's both.
of the people that he's trying to target.
But I
You
can't.
You can't approach it with your old. Then don't listen to it.
That's why I don't. Like, I
You
can't.
did.
Like I tried to for the sake of this, and then but it's just that's what I'm saying. I feel like the older I get, unless he and I don't expect him to, because he's not that kind of artist. He's an artist that you want to hear.
What
Friday,
do you
Saturday
go to
night.
Drake for though?
At this point now?
Just generally,
Bit of everything.
But
really.
I'll be honest, it's a bit of
Ain't
everything.
gonna lie.
It's a bit
everything
of
being.
in terms of bars. If I want to go out,
You go to Drake for bars.
Yeah, man.
What bar? What type of
I
bars?
enjoy his bars, man.
It depends.
What type of
It depends.
bars?
For the level in which he
Like,
raps at, I enjoy what he
when he
gives
done
me.
back to back, I went there for the bars. Like I wanted to hear him.
Back to back was like 10 years ago, bro.
That's my point. I go back to Drake back in there. I don't go to Drake
Drake
the
can
last
still
3
spit
years.
though, so I don't understand your point. He can still bar, like.
No, I'm asking.
Obviously not in comparison to.
My point is, whatever it is that you are going to Drake for, he's delivering at the same level he's always delivered.
if I was
at.
in a different-
You seem to have put Drake
saying
on a
I was-
level which is
no.
just stratospheric.
No, I'm saying I was in a different.
Maybe because of his peer group.
No, I'm saying when Drake was doing this and it was working, I was just in a different time space where I.
So then the problem ain't Drake. So you can't then say
that's an
like,
excuse.
but you can't then
I'm
say
saying-
you can't say that
excuse for
Drake has
Drake.
gone down the hill and then say at the same time my interest to change.
No, I think at the same time I think his music quality's gone poorer. But as I grow up, I expect your artist to somewhat as well.
I think
If
honestly,
you-
never
I
mind.
don't,
you
believe,
keep
I don't
chasing-
believe in that whole it was a different time thing because people older than us can resonate with Drake now and then. So I don't understand that.
You don't think
whole
Drake's fallen off a
argument.
little bit
I don't
because
really
we're
get
getting
that.
older?
I just think for me, it's more so just it doesn't sound like he's really motivated
You
to
don't think
make
it's got,
music.
You don't think it's got anything to do with you getting older a little bit?
Nah, man.
I don't know,
Because
I
I'll
think that
still.
plays a factor, you know.
I don't think so. I don't think so
think it
because I
plays
can
a
still
factor a
vibe
little
to all of those older songs and I can still vibe to the newer songs now. Like, I don't think it's got anything to do with age. If you like it and it resonates with you, it resonates with you, no matter how old you are.
I hear you.
For me, it's just like it doesn't seem like it's to the point. He sounds bored. He's out here going to flipping Backstreet Boy concerts, Nelly Furtado concerts.
that was
the
the
brother
one.
is
The Nelly
bored and it
Furtado.
shows in the music.
No, Nelly Furtado, she slaps though.
No, I hear it. But listen, different time ago, Backstreet Boy slapped. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever.
He's bored.
But it sounds like it in the music. That's all I'm saying. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you was here for Drake?
No,
I
I
was here for
must have
Drake.
heard
Like,
what's that song with him and Jack
time?
Harlow?
When was the last album?
I like that.
When was the last album
bars
that
on
you
there
was
insane.
like, I'm here for this with Drake? For you and me. Like, when was the last time you was like, he's making a solid run of consistent music?
Oh, man,
Bro, I think the whole thing with Drake has always been like he doesn't have classic albums. Like we take
No,
from.
I'm talking about even hits though. When was the last time he had like to you a
I don't
solid?
even remember, bro.
You see what I'm saying though?
Wait,
And that
what were the big tunes off what's it called? Certified
CLB?
Lover Boy? Because there was some stuff.
Was
Too
the Dirk
sexy.
one on that?
Way too sexy.
Was a Dirk one on that?
There was no
Okay,
girls
so way
in
too
industry.
sexy. Yeah, way too
Girls
sexy.
like
I didn't
girls.
love. Yeah,
Girls
so
like girls. And the
Girls
Dirk
like-
song.
I didn't really love the one with Future.
Champagne
Way too
Post.
sexy.
I love the Dirk
but,
song.
but
The
before
Dirk
that,
song, he went
before that,
crazy.
he had Tootsie Slide. Before that, he had Laugh Now Cry
And
Later.
Tootsie Slide was a joke.
Laugh Now Cry Later was.
Tootsie Slide was
Tootsie
hard.
Slide was a joke to me.
Tootsie
I'm
Slide
sorry,
is
man.
a vibe, bro.
Nah,
Come
man.
on,
Tootsie
man.
Slide was corny to
No
me.
way.
Tootsie Slide was corny. Like you made a TikTok hit. Like he looked for it. You wanted a hit. You wanted to go on TikTok, and you made it.
I didn't like the Tootsie Slide.
That's all Tootsie
Slide
Slide
was
was.
terrible,
I didn't love
Tootsie Slide was a
but
cop
Tootsie
out.
Slide's just a
Tootsie Slide
vibe,
was
isn't it?
just-
It's just a vibe.
To me, it was an easy. He knew what he was doing. You're gonna put out
It
TikTok
was
and
a
it's gonna
straight
blow.
vibe.
And that's the problem. I'm getting older. How can I resonate with Tootsie Slide after a certain... Like, respectfully, if I'm 30 plus, I don't care for this song.
I don't want to generally say that the quality of Drake's music has gone down. You man know I'm a massive Drake fan, so it
say
ain't
the
even
least.
that. I just think he's got albums that are for me and some that aren't. Certified Lover Boy, for as much like flack as it get, I liked quite a few songs on there. Do you know what I mean? But this album is just not really for me. That's all.
No,
man.
no,
I think,
I'm not trying to change.
I think sonically it was never going to be for me.
Yeah, you don't really like trap.
And that's just what it is.
You don't really
Do know
like
what I mean?
trap, so I get that.
I'm not really arguing to Mo's point. I just think he's got albums in his catalogue just ain't for certain people. And I think that's all right. I think similar to what Nee's saying, yeah, he does like a lot for a lot of like different fan bases and that. So I guess
true.
depending on like how you rate him will determine how you receive his music, innit? I think it doesn't help that he's got Cole and Kendrick in the same. It don't help.
No, it doesn't help.
It's actually unfortunate.
But that's
I'm
up,
obviously,
but
I'm
it-
not gonna compare him.
But
to
it
that.
is up to us to not put him. How I feel about it. There's always been tiers in that whole thing. For me, there's only two great rappers. Well, of the new school, like in that peer group, there's only two of the three which need to be on the top tier. Drake has always been somewhat in a hip hop context, quite bubblegum.
But if he
do you know what I
puts
mean? He's
himself-
always been that.
But if
right?
he puts himself as number one...
But he's
comparing
supposed
himself,
to do that.
Then why can't we?
What?
If he's trying to compare himself to them, why are we
Because
giving
we
him
know-
a,
we
but
know
why are
rap,
giving
we know
him a
rap,
cop-out?
because
That's
we
a
know
cop-out
rap.
for him then.
No, but
If
nobody.
his music is bubblegum compared to these two,
But
it is what it is.
nobody who's like making songs like "Hold On, We're Going Home" and so on and so forth is really seriously claiming to be the greatest rapper of all time, because that is just not
I
their
agree with you.
singular
Yeah, I
focus
agree.
as an artist. Make no mistakes, we've had this conversation, and we had this conversation about like the likes of Black Thought, Nas, and so on and so forth, where you need and even J. Cole to an extent when he stopped producing for himself, right? Where you need a new breath of
Yeah,
life.
yeah, you need a
into
pause
you.
moment
Like you
and
need new production and all this other stuff.
Drake needs that.
Does Drake have the resources and the talent and the potential to make a 5 mic? For sure. Should he have made more classic albums? Abso-fucking-lutely. I just don't think it's part of the model, yo. I said to you, like, for me, there's actually more to be lost than gained with Drake making a quote-unquote classic. He just needs to make run-of-the-mill...
At this
Oh, it's
point,
done.
No,
It's
just
done, it's
generally
done.
speaking, because as an
What's
artist...
to be lost?
if you make a classic album, every single person who has made a classic album has had everything that's come after it compared to it, and that has often been the reason why we then turn on our greats, because we're like, he never got back to that. So there's nothing really to be gained from a Cole or a Drake or whomever making a classic.
I think
Kendrick's got it in him, so he just does it. But if you don't have it in you, like in this day and age, if you've got a fan base and people are always going to come to your shows, making a classic only really sets you up for future criticism.
So you think Drake knowingly decided to not make a credit?
100%.
I think that's a cop out.
I don't think
that's a cop out.
I reckon it is 100% part of his
that's
model. You think Drake doesn't know how to make a classic?
I think Drake knows how to make hits. I don't think he knows how to make a cohesive
Bro,
album.
a classic is what? A collection of hits in a nice, coherent, cohesive way.
And I don't think he knows how to make a cohesive album.
Dog, look, I disagree.
don't,
Yo.
man.
He's got every single producer in the world who making their best beat.
No, he definitely could.
He could go to every single
So you
producer
think he
living,
just
whether it's
outwardly decided,
Alchemist
you know what?
to Pierre.
So he goes, you know what? I'm just gonna throw 4 wax songs on
Dog,
here to
he
throw
doesn't-
the equilibrium off a little bit. Like, why would he
No,
do
but
that?
he's trying to appease all markets, right? He's
Yeah.
trying to
Oh, I agree
do
with
something
you there.
that
Alright, cool.
appeals
Yeah,
to
yeah,
everybody,
yeah,
and that
sorry,
goes
sorry,
into
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
album making process.
It doesn't make
Oh,
it
yeah,
cohesive.
no,
Yeah,
I
and
get it.
that
I
doesn't
give you
necessarily
that.
make
Nah,
it
he's got
cohesive.
too many people to please.
His
I get it.
purpose in this game is fine. I don't really care about his purpose. If he's there to give us the hits and give us the vibe, cool. My thing is, generally, I just feel like the music itself is getting worse.
Fair.
With her loss, my first listen, I thought it was. I ranged from it being painfully mid to I just hate this. I just hate it. Completely hate it. Like there was like that flipping moments. I was in silence. Oh, my day is horrible.
I was in silence. It's like
I guess it's
hate
fucked
that
me.
song, bro.
It's horrible.
I actually thought Yemi and Mo might enjoy it. Because they're a bit,
Backstreet- Back
because they're a bit
Outside
more
Boys dead.
open-minded
I think
than
it's
me when it
thoroughly
comes to
enjoyable
that.
as
So-
an album, yo. I'll
Rich
be
Flex
honest.
when he was singing. I
As soon
don't
as
care when
you know when you
Drake
said you
sings.
hated it.
Yo,
Rich
can we
Flex
talk about
singing.
Rich Flex
I
though?
like it.
Can we talk about Rich Flex?
Alright,
Is that like a love song from Drake to 21 or what? Because it's weird, isn't it?
It's weird.
Weird.
As
It's
fuck.
a weird song,
as
isn't
fuck.
it?
It's weird as fuck. It's weird as fuck, bro.
What did he say?
21,
Drop some bars
can you
to my
do
pussy-
something for me?
Drop some bars to my pussy X for me. And I
Yeah,
was
drop some
like,
bars to my
huh?
pussy X. Now talk to the ops there for me.
Huh?
And he's like, okay.
I was like, what? And then
weird. No, that flip is
No.
that flip is dope.
No.
So Yemi, what was your overall thinking of that?
All right, so on first listen, didn't like it. I thought again, lazy, boring. Wanted more from 21.
I hear you.
Listen to it again today, and I've mellowed a bit more. I think generally there are a lot of songs I just hate and I don't care for, and there are some slaps like Rich Flex. Take the singing out.
It's a
I'll
slap.
have it. The beat switch, calm. Major distribution, cool. On
Yeah.
BS was dope.
Back outside, boys.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Pussy in Millions was cool. Middle of the Ocean.
Yeah, you
A
feel
bop.
me? That's
bop.
the one, man.
bop.
No, the flip on Middle of the Ocean is
That's
Bop.
the one, man.
Absolute
That's the
bop.
one.
More M's is a bop. 3 a.m.
you
on
just
Glenwood.
like scooted over like Pussy in Millions, dog.
I said it was cool.
I don't like that. I need more.
Travis Scott was cool.
So you like the album then?
I've named 5 tracks out of
Oh, my
17.
fault,
so
Was that 3 a.m. in
No, I
Glenwood?
thought you were still going. I thought you were still
That was
going.
very disappointing, bro.
Wait,
you didn't like it?
Nah, man.
You didn't like it?
Wow.
I didn't like 3 a.m. in Glenwood.
That's crazy.
Was
But
that,
generally,
was that 21?
Just 21.
Yeah, I mean, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's probably why.
That was
I was
the-
expecting Drake.
that was it.
That's
That
what
was,
songs you
that was it as far as the songs I liked. But really and truly, like, now that I've listened to it again, I don't really have many strong feelings about it. I just feel like at this point, maybe I'm fatigued from Drake, because obviously, as you said, he's
And that
been
is
dropping a lot.
Bloody fair, by the way.
He's been dropping a lot, and it's
Yeah.
just all been a big cloud of mid. So when he drops new stuff, yes, I'm always going to listen, but if it gets to a certain time where it's just getting more and more average, naturally I'm going to check out. And naturally I'm probably going to start the album thinking I'm going to hate this. And then it probably takes a few more listens for me to be like, okay, it's not so bad. But really and truly, it is just a bunch of inconsequential songs. They don't really move the needle
Man
in any
said
way, shape, or form.
inconsequential.
They are inconsequential, man.
Shit.
It's inconsequential in the sense of like, if you have strong feelings about it, they probably aren't as warranted because of the conversation we've just had about Drake being the position that he's in and all that stuff. So they're inconsequential in that regard. As far as like the actual like album and how cohesive it was, no, it's a miss from me. But it is a thing where if you stick it on, and the 5 tracks that I named, I'm gonna vibe out to those.
I probably
So,
would never get to the point where I stop checking out Drake. Projects.
Yeah,
I just won't. I
and I'm
just
just
won't
like-
because
I'm
he
just-
always makes music that I eventually will enjoy.
And I'm just like,
Yeah,
lads,
they're
like,
just predictable.
I'm just like, lads, can you just imagine like being as rich as him and just being as successful as him and still like finding the hunger to just make like unbelievable music all the time? First of all, for anybody, that's pressure. The hungrier artists who are on the come up, it's somewhat easier to just like stay focused and channel it. If you're being like pulled from pillar to post, country to country, doing tour to tour, like you're a writer for so many people as well. Like you don't know if this song's gonna end up on that album. It's like it's
at the same time,
it's difficult to be, it's difficult to remain amazing when you get to this level. And by the way, this is a level of success that nobody in hip hop has ever seen. Like, so we have to put that into consideration as well. It's difficult for you to be everything to everyone. And with that being said, you can have a take on this album. I'm not here to persuade anyone to like this album. I will bump it. I really wish it would have come out in the summer. I will bump it until I get bored of it, until the next thing comes out. But to Pete's point, whenever Drake comes out, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have 3 more songs which I'll put on my transient Spotify playlist for the nights where I'm like going out, whether I'm in an Uber or I'm on the tube, when I want to get into toxic mode, hype mode. And that's the purpose of Drake.
That's what he is right now, of course. But at the same time, if you are creatively trying to find some inspiration and stuff, you're not going to find it by dropping consistently. Because you're just going to keep dropping the same average stuff. Even when you do try to switch it up, like Honestly Nevermind.
That's not true. I disagree with that, man. I think if you've dropped a project that wasn't received that amazingly, there will be motivation to keep creating to the point where you kind of hit that gene and bottle moment and the music is really good.
It hasn't happened with Drake, though. It didn't happen with Eminem either. It didn't happen with Eminem either. Eminem dropped Revival and then dropped Kamikaze. They were both whack.
I swear there's a bar on this album where it kind of refers to it. Drake kind of refers to the album, an album of his, not necessarily being like
Pac released All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli in the same year.
But yeah.
Okay, that's one example.
Yeah.
DMX did the same thing. So the point I'm trying to make
is
there are moments where you can release albums in a small gap and it still be like
DMX
music.
is different though because those are his first 2 albums. Whereas Drake, these are his what?
Yeah, man, the guys over the hill.
Have we not seen that with anyone else where they've dropped albums in consecutive months, maybe?
But this is free albums,
quality music.
But this is free albums. This is free
albums.
I think
recently there's Future, but obviously you don't like trap.
But like, look, when he did Future and then Hendrix, I mean, they weren't great albums back to back. They weren't great.
It's way rarer for them to be back to back great, like a DMX or Tupac, than it is a Drake or Future or an Eminem.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah. And again, it just goes down to inspiration. Clearly, DMX and Tupac were very inspired. DMX because it was his first couple albums. Yeah. Tupac because he was just coming out of jail and he was just recording. With Drake, Eminem, they're over the hill. They're very much just releasing for the sake of it, it seems like. And it's not hitting, personally. So, I think, while he shouldn't necessarily go away, he just needs to be more calculated as far as what he releases. If he wants to.
I don't think he knows how to, though.
If he wants to.
I don't think he knows how to.
He doesn't, man.
We've never seen someone do what Drake's done. Drake has been in our face for damn near 14 years straight. And I don't think... every single summer, every single winter, I've never seen someone do what Drake does. Never in my life.
It's like Messi and Ronaldo. Right?
Bro, do you know what it is to have a run like this?
In that case, then maybe he does need to just step away.
And my point is...
I
think the last 3 albums is a result of... I don't have the stronghold I used to have.
But we still got about 4 or 5.
It's Ronaldo right now. It's CR7 right now.
But my thing is, who's making the stronghold shaky? You can't really say Baby.
I think honestly, I just think the whole new generation.
Baby's really
we need him in the ecosystem.
I think just there's a new generation coming up to where
these nights out.
The NBA young boys might have a certain demographic in a chokehold that Drake used to. Does that make sense? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that.
Yeah, whether we like the music or not. But NBA young boy, the way he's got.
Look at Skepta. Skepta keeps himself in the conversation nowadays through features. K-Trap, WizKid. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole album or whatever. It could just be features here, you know what I mean, make appearances there.
Similar to Hove, isn't it? Because Hove kind of does that.
Yeah, but it's a different... That's what I'm saying.
Maybe to a lesser extent.
There are ways to do it. But if he's contractually obliged to do stuff, then fine. But, again, he's in a position where he can probably dictate that himself. Well, he should be able to.
He should be. I just think I
just think he likes... Like, it's long to put out albums and have to tour those albums. I think he genuinely likes making these albums. His view on what a classic might be is different to ours, which is why hip hop is hip hop, right? So he might think in his mind he's releasing all of these amazing things, and maybe these albums will age better, right? And maybe in 5 years' time we'll be looking back and like, actually we slept on that when it came out. Probably not with Drake's caliber of music, because it's not necessarily as like textured and as sophisticated. But you know, like he isn't. Like it's a lot of effort to release albums. Yes, he could do features, but he likes making albums. And maybe he just wants to look back on a career where he's released like 20, 25 albums over the course of his career and just look back on that and be like, I covered every base.
In 98.
He'll look back and also say, yo, I shouldn't have done as many as I did.
1,000%.
Maybe. But
especially if
Prince has got like 40 albums,
but what is the purpose of an artist if not to just put shit out?
True. I feel you.
I suppose.
But maybe not all of it needs to come out.
He's got contractual obligations.
Do we know that?
Every artist you sign has contractual
You
obligations.
got to release certain.
Yeah, but you have to release this much in this short amount of time.
He may have like
This
an
guy's got
out. He may have like a
50
10-year
months.
deal with Universal where they say you got to release 12 albums.
And it might be he just takes an album to the label. They say yes, and they get the ball
They're
rolling.
gonna say yes to everything. With
It's
him.
instant money.
Do you know Drake done 400k and I'm talking about him falling off? It's crazy. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
Like it's nuts. This
Come
is
on,
like
man.
you done 400k and I'm talking. We've never spoken about
The
that.
summer album that he dropped
But you
in the
can't
winter.
tell me the chokehold that Drake had. It's not what it is today.
I still think he's got the game in the chokehold.
Nah, not the way he used to, bro. Like you could go out, yeah,
it's different.
and do a
man,
3-hour show based on Drake. Nothing.
Bro,
Drake is still that guy, bro.
Drake is- don't get me wrong,
He's
I-
still that guy, man.
can
I
still do
hear
that.
you. I just don't think the way he used to. I think he's loosening, man, and I think he's trying to deal with that. I genuinely think he's trying to deal with that.
Man, call
Fam,
him-
that's
man-
like
man,
that's
call-
like comparing MJ when he released Dangerous to like Off the Wall or Bad. Like you can't do that.
Don't shit on Dangerous.
You like Dangerous?
Please. Are you kidding
Nah,
me?
Dangerous is good.
I like Dangerous, man.
Don't.
Did I have it in the closet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only good song on there.
Oh,
Did I
no,
what Jam?
no. Okay, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
Hold me
We're not gonna do this.
like the river Jordan.
Oh yeah,
We're
yeah,
not
okay,
gonna
I'm
do
bugging.
this.
Yeah, you are
I
bugging.
am
Go
bugging.
back to the playlist.
Who is it? Remember the
Invincible,
time?
my friend.
Invincible was.
No, Invincible was. I thought Invincible was good. That was good.
Who is this guy?
Wait, you prefer Invincible to
No,
Dangerous?
this I preferred it, but I
But
liked
you just shout
Invincible.
on Dangerous and
Which one's better?
I liked Invisible.
Which one is better?
boy, it's good.
Can't remember. I liked
Nah,
Invincible.
Dangerous.
Heal the World was
Anyway.
on
No,
Dangerous.
Dangerous shit's on
Who is
Invincible.
it?
Invincible had
Jam.
butterflies, bro.
Remember the time.
But that was it.
No, it also had
That was it.
You had
can't
Europe,
remember
yeah, that was
two
Invincible.
songs.
That was Invincible.
Yeah, Invincible
Yeah.
had like You Rock My World.
Butterflies
and
is enough though,
Butterflies.
man.
That was
Yeah.
it.
All right.
You give me butterflies.
Hey.
What did you guys think of the obvious Megan Thee Stallion sub?
Yo,
We shouldn't even love it.
Honestly, this is why language and rap lyricism is just the most beautiful thing ever. Because
Talk to me, Rich.
because if
Talk
you
to me,
can,
Rich.
because if you can drop a, because even when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, that's a Megan Thee Stallion thing. And then the things started coming out. Actually, he's not speaking about her. And
Double
I listened to it
entendre,
again.
innit?
He didn't say shot. He said shots. And there's this other person called NK the Stallion or some shit. She's either a porn star or whatever. And I was like, this is the beauty of lyricism. You can drop an entendre like that. She went on Twitter and was like, I can't believe he's saying this to a black woman who got shot. And he's just like, actually,
Listen.
I didn't say anything about you at all.
I don't think he said anything. I don't think he came out. And,
No, of course. But in his mind, he's like, I didn't really
I
actually
bet
say
he had
anything.
Lil Yachty came out and like defended him.
I love it.
Some like one whatless idiot.
What was that bar?
Look,
I
Megan
remember
Thee
the bar, but
Stallion,
it was like,
it's
Listen.
looking very funny in the lights for her. That's all I'm saying.
bro.
alright, this took a left turn out of nowhere.
Listen.
Nah, we're not here for that. We're not here for that.
Listen.
It
line-
not
the
today.
line-
We're not having
That's a
that
whole
today.
other. That's a whole other
We're not
podcast.
having
today.
we're not
That's a
having
whole
that on
other
the pod.
podcast.
We're not having that on the pod. Whoa, fam.
Wall
Listen,
sleeve.
I
cuz.
think.
And it's the way you said that, I tried casually move.
Fam, if we didn't say nothing, you would have kept me
I
on
had
as
to do,
well.
whoa. Yeah, but I'm sorry, by the way.
Listen,
Yeah, the troublemaker.
I know.
Edit
listen.
that.
Keep it.
No, we can't.
Why?
Yo, what if it comes out she got shot?
Boy.
I'll retract my statement.
Yo, Pete, you can't have it on there.
By the way, I did not say she did not get shot. Someone said.
Said like a
That's
shaking.
not what I said.
You and Yemi can make the call.
I'm just saying, it seems like it's
I
an
think-
industry secret that she's bugging. I don't know, like, because Drake wouldn't do that, right? Like, I don't know.
He would though.
Nah,
He
he
would.
would.
He's
He
calling
No,
that.
no,
He
no.
definitely would, because in the same
He's
album.
calling that.
By the way,
He's calling
I
that.
got people on the inside who frequenting those who think that it's a bit funny in the lights. Keep it in. Don't edit it. Don't edit
No,
this
we'll
out.
keep it in. We'll keep it in.
I
for
stand
sure.
by mine.
Listen,
What
man.
if it-
Listen, man. He knew what he was doing. Yes, entendre. But
Great
listen.
bar though.
By the way, I don't mind the
Great
bar.
bar.
By the way, I don't mind the bar.
That's
great bar.
We're not about to become that sensitive in rap now. I'm sorry. We're not about to do that. Oh my god, you can't say it. Yes, you can.
No,
listen,
you
you-
can't.
no,
No,
yes,
hold
yes,
on,
you
hold on.
can.
No, you
Hold
can't.
on, no,
You've
no,
heard
hold
people
on.
mock people's death. You've heard people mock people's mums. You've heard people mock people's dad.
Bang.
Everything.
But it gets a
This is-
bit.
this
But
is
it gets.
my-
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not about
but-
to
yeah,
say
but-
that
I
shit
agree
rap,
with you.
bro.
But it gets techier when like society's pushing a narrative that black men specifically don't protect black women.
Hey,
And of course-
that's where it
and
gets
if we
tricky.
should-
innit?
and if we should start this one,
Don't start
It's true
this
though.
one,
Then
please.
we can't.
this
But
will
it's true
turn
though.
into-
That's why we can't. That's why that bar is a bit.
But
That's the only reason why people look at it like it's.
bro, respect.
Do you know what I
hear-
mean?
Pete, I hear you in real life.
It's alright for
Bro,
us to
when-
like murder each other and that, but
can't-
as men.
wow,
but,
Pete's really trying to take this
no,
away
no,
from.
no. I'm not. This is not
Yo.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what the narrative is, isn't it?
I'm just saying. I don't think it's saying that you can't. To me, I'm
it's
not
just-
throwing. I'm
listen,
not throwing my toes out the
Look,
pram.
I think the most egregious line is just how ridiculous it is that he decided to go at like Serena's husband. Like,
Yeah,
do you know
that
how-
was the
do you
corniest
know how
thing for
sick
me.
that is?
Yeah, that was
Like,
the
didn't he
corniest thing
just
for
didn't
me.
he like used to run Reddit or some shit? Like,
Yeah,
why are you
yeah,
going for him?
He founded Reddit.
Like what? Like what?
Bro, and the bar, like what he
Why
said
you
was
going for
completely
him?
unrelated to the
Drake,
bar
fam.
as
He
well.
said
It was
like
like,
you're her biggest groupie. Like, shut up, bro.
I was like, oh yeah, Serena,
calling
your husband's
the
a
man
groupie. I was like, wait,
Which
what?
is why I think that it was very much targeted at Megan Thee Stallion because he was doing entendre like that, but then he would go very direct.
Oh no,
and
it was
call-
targeted at Megan.
But
for
how was
sure.
your reaction?
But,
Oh, you think so?
but
It
that's
definitely
what I'm
was.
saying.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
beauty of
Pete,
lyricism.
Pete,
The
it's
beauty of
definitely
lyricism is that
Double entendre to it.
we can't tell.
we can tell.
Yeah, what was your
Because there
reaction?
are two things that it could possibly be, maybe three.
We can tell.
He's obviously speaking
don't
about
think-
Megan. He's cool with Tory.
Ryder was smart. I don't
He
think
lives in
was that smart.
LA.
It was a shit bar.
No,
I
it wasn't
think
a shit
not
bar.
shit bar.
I don't think it was a
But
great
I don't
bar.
think it was a. Oh my god, nah.
That was a
But
good
listen,
bar, man.
rather hear
the bar
church.
about Serena Williams' husband just continue to confirm how much of a bitch this brother is.
Yikes.
What did you think about the Meg bar?
The Meg bar, I didn't think it was that smart. Personally, I think the Ice Spice bar was cleverer.
The Ice Spice bar was
The
a
Ice
clever.
Spice bar was cleverer.
Like about what time she had 10.
Yeah, the Ice Spice bar was cleverer. Yeah, but she had 10 when she on mute or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I thought that was clever.
rude
to be
as
fair.
hell.
Very, very
honestly,
rude.
I thought it was
Very
the
rude.
sweet.
And
You know
the
that
Yay bar,
first.
the
I thought
Yay
it was the
bar,
sweet.
the Yay bar about
Jay
Jay Prince
Prince.
basically forced them to.
but we knew
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was obvious.
I can see that.
That was obvious.
Yeah, but
We
to
saw
me,
we saw the picture of them three.
but to me, those were smarter bars.
Jay Prince in the middle like this.
No, Jay Prince is a demon.
Do you think this album's better than the ones he did with?
That's what you need to edit out. That
yeah.
look, Jay
Oh,
Prince,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
should
yeah.
ever come
Yeah,
to
yeah,
London,
yeah.
if you ever in
That's
Houston,
crazy.
Whoa,
that was Mohammed. That was Mohammed.
Hamid Yusuf.
We're editing
He said
all
that.
of that out.
I'm mob tied. I want to be mob tied.
I'm not going Houston.
So
Actually,
if I can you help me? Can I get in the mob?
hey man, I'm not going Houston.
Do you think this album's better than the ones he did with Future?
Oh nah.
I actually
Nothing
really,
was the same.
I actually
Nothing
really
was the same.
enjoyed like
That Jump Man,
What
Jump
Time
Man.
to Be Alive.
I prefer What Time to Be Alive.
I actually really liked it, but this is probably better.
I preferred What Time to Be Alive.
This is probably better. I really enjoyed it. It got shat on, but I really enjoyed
That's
What
what I
Time
was
to Be
asking.
Alive.
That's what I was asking.
What
Like,
did you
it's
So
a phrase I use a lot. Like I love that.
None of them.
no, but which one did you prefer?
I think the best tunes on Her Loss are better than the best tunes on.
Nah, What Time to Be Alive had a few. Had Jumpman.
I like Jump Man.
I think Jump.
Diamonds on Me Dancing.
Diamond, yeah.
That
Yeah,
song was
yeah, I
dope.
like 3 or 4.
Big Rings. I like Big
That
Rings
had
a
6
lot.
p.m. in New York.
I
Which
really
one
like
had
Big
6 p.m. in
Rings.
New York?
I think that was it. I think that was it.
Was it
I think
that
that was on it. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
was on
then
it. I
that
think that
wins,
was on
man.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think
wins,
that was
that
on it. I
wins,
think that was on it.
that wins.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the Meg bar was.
It was what it was, isn't it?
It generally is that.
Okay.
But I do
No,
think.
shout out Meg, man. Look, I hope
Now you wanna
Justice.
shout out Meg.
No, but look, we have no detail. Again, all I know is there's some people I know in LA who are like, look, there's a video surfacing around the Tory Lanez is telling a lot, or showing a lot of people, which incriminates her, given how in she went on him. But at the end of the day, like, I got no horses in that race. Yeah. All I'm saying is like from a human nature standpoint, for Drake to do that on a track,
Yeah.
on the biggest
Because
album
he's a
of the
massive
year,
brand as well, man.
yeah,
So,
for him to do that, like.
yeah.
And just on a
Not,
macro
not
level,
only is that kind of implying that like Megan lied, but it's also implying that the lie that Megan had was like a big one.
and you're
And,
attacking.
and you're attacking her because like she's shouting your boy Tory Lanez in a huge way. So there's something in that, you know what I mean?
And
And
a
let's
man
also
attacking
remember
another black woman.
And
as
let's
well.
also remember when it happened, a lot of people distanced themselves from Tory.
Yeah.
A lot of people, bro. Like we weren't seeing no one with him. So for Drake to now come out and say something, you have to ask
Who
questions,
knows?
isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So,
Yo,
Wait, if
let it be known. You man, invite me back when we get the verdict, when the truth comes out.
I was gonna say,
We're gonna
'cause if
talk
it-
about
if
it.
it comes out-
boy.
If it comes out that he done it,
Oh, if he comes out, he's done.
Yeah.
But bro, like LA shooting a woman, it's like highly surveyed over there.
Kylie Jenner's house.
Kylie Jenner's house, like
I ain't got no
I don't
dogs
know.
today, man. Eesh.
Anyway,
And her friend dropped a diss track on her as well, telling her, basically saying that she lied.
Oh, really?
Shut up, forever.
This is way back. But yeah, I mean,
Shut
I'm
up,
keeping
forever.
stum on that as well. But what are our favourite tracks, lads?
Middle of the ocean.
Just one for you.
Yeah.
yeah, I got a lot. I love the first 5 or so tracks. I do like Rich
I like
Flex.
Treacherous Twins.
I like Treacherous Twins. I like Hours in Silence. Pussy and Millions is great. I like Back Outside Boys. It reminds me of a song on the Gunna album called Mop, and it turns out that the producers are the same. The beat is pretty much the same. Great song. And then, what was the one? No, that's it. I think those are the ones that I really, really like. I didn't really love Circo Loco. Didn't really love it. I'll be honest.
I let them.
I didn't really
bar
love it.
about that. Gunners winning the Premier League in that song.
Cool.
Yeah, I got Rich Flex, Major
was a nice little
Distribution, on BS, more M's and 3 AM on Glenwood. That's my one. But wow, boys, thank you for that.
Did that justice.
Yeah, boy.
Shit.
Very informative conversation. We hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Nee, for coming down and defending your boy.
I mean, he's kind of my boy.
I see.
He's my boy too,
I'm
though,
actually
man.
very objective when it comes to Drake. I don't rush these albums. To be honest, I rush to this quicker than I have most Drake albums, just because of, the collaboration element. 21 as well. But I don't rush to Drake albums at all. It took me a long time to listen to CLB.
See, I rushed him.
And even longer to listen to Honestly Nevermind. My review came in late for that, but I'm objective. I just feel like he's in a slot. I'm gonna keep him in that slot, and that's it.
Out of the last three, what would you guys rank it? That's right.
Top, because I hated CLB, and I thought Honestly Nevermind was awful.
I'd probably rank CLB first,
And then
Same.
and then Her Loss, and then obviously Nevermind.
I'll do the same. I've got CLB first. Clear first, by the way. And then Her Loss. And then, honestly, never mind. But CLB's clear number one to me. I actually didn't really, really mind it.
Yeah, I probably got Her Loss last.
No, honestly, never mind. It's in the ditch.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, never
That's
mind.
because you're not a jiggy brother.
Okay.
You don't like to dance.
And on that note, we are going to sign off on this Drake 21 Savage Her
that's
Loss
my life, man.
album
50,
review.
60,
So
70.
thank you very
That's a
much
sad
for...
life, man.
Why are you still talking? So thank you very much for listening and watching. As I said before, tune in to All Things Rhymes Like Dimes on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like the video, tell a friend, share the video. And if there are anyone that you know that has similar views on Drake, show them the video. Maybe they'll learn something. But until next time, I'm going to sign off. So thank you once again. This is a Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. Stay safe, stay blessed, and peace.